Hey guys, this is John, and I'm playing Divergente, maybe, might be Spanish, in the 3-minute pool on ICC, and looks like we're going to have an open Sicilian. We'll see what line. The classical, bishop g5. Okay, so I'm playing the Richter-Rauser variation. Plays bishop d7. There's kind of a couple ways white can play this. I'm going to start with a flexible move, king b1. Useful in almost every single line you can possibly think of. So he trades on d4, and I suspect he might go b5 soon. Nope, queen a5. I think I had this position from the white side recently. Was it this exact position? It was very close. Because the idea is he's offering a pawn. I can take on f6, g takes f6, queen takes f6, but he'll play rook g8, and he'll have reasonable compensation. So I think I should decline this pawn. I'll just play f4. And if bishop e7, I think I can play e5. Yeah, I think I can do that. I believe when I played this similar sacrifice from the black side, when I was looking at it with the engine afterwards, it wasn't thinking black had that much compensation if white does go for the pawn on f6. So I will check that. He's pausing to think now. He probably realizes that bishop e7 is met by the e5 move. It's not a nice position for him if that happens. Okay, bishop c6. Maybe I could just play bishop c4. Seems fine. Bishop e2 makes sense as well. Let's just go bishop c4. He has issues completing development. He could go b5, bishop b3, b4. But I very well may play knight d5. Ironically, that was the move, knight d5, that got me into trouble in the last game. It looks like, or not the last game, but the last time I had this position. Okay, so this could happen. Knight d5 now. Makes a lot of sense. Or take on f6 first. That's the only thing I'm considering. Probably be better to take on f6 initially. Let's do that. And if he takes on c3, I can take with my queen. Or maybe take g7 first even. Although, after taking on c3, e4 becomes weaker for me. But still, that should be very much in my favor, I think, if that happens. Okay, so now I'm going to play knight d5. This looks very strong. If he takes, I take with my pawn. And if his bishop moves, I have like rook he1, queen takes f6. So he is opening the position. Let's go here. I want to get at his king, obviously. Let's just take once and then play rook hf1 and attack this pawn. I don't want him to be able to castle queenside and just get out of danger. So I'm playing to try to keep his king in the center. Now he might go a5, a4. So I see an interesting idea where I can maybe send my bishop around to h5. So I will try that. Or I might even go to g4, stop and take a detour. I'm also hitting the b4 pawn now. That's nice. I think he thought I was going bishop g4, and that's why he moved his queen. Now it's like he almost has to castle queenside. Otherwise, his position's a mess. I'll just take here. I think I can do this. This is looking rough for him. Does this just win material? Win the game nearly?
Check.
Looks really strong. Has to play king d7. He resigned. Yeah, this is going to be bad if he continues. I mean, one easy line I see is if king d7, take on f7. If king c8, I have queen g8 check at the very least, picking up the bishop. Well, actually, that's not true.
Check.
He can play bishop d8. But what am I up now? 2 pawns plus an enduring attack, and he has no time? Yeah, very bad. Okay. Seems to me he got his king stuck in the middle and paid the price. That's one problem with this line. Delaying bishop e7. So queen a5. I'll check on the bishop takes f6 move. Let's just see about that. Okay, so I played f4. The computer thinks that's fine. And if I grab the pawn, and this is the scenario I was kind of concerned about. He gives up a pawn, but bishop g7 is coming. His bishops will compensate a bit. So, okay. Well, that makes me glad I didn't go for it. The engine puts white's edge at half a pawn, but it was even bigger if I just played f4 as I did. This line is kind of perplexing to me because, you know, if black can't easily play bishop e7 due to e5, then you got to figure that his king is going to be unsafe, and there's a major question mark just surrounding his position in general. Because bishop e7 is such a natural move. So I played bishop c4, he went here. Yeah, already the engine is saying that this is almost decisive with cool ideas like that. Take on e6, and I assume I take on f6, hitting the rook. And if his rook comes here, check with the fork on the king and rook. Yeah, not surprised that I had a tactic even sooner. So he played b4, I took on f6. Possibly taking on c3 was his best bet to eliminate this dangerous knight that can hop into the center. But, I mean, just this position alone looks nearly lost for black. White's up material, much safer position. So I took... I guess the engine even thinks this is kind of unnecessary. It prefers this line, and then the bishop takes e6 move. Yeah, that's very strong. Not a tactical operation I considered, but I can see why that's strong. So he took, knight d5. And if he takes with the pawn, it's going to be a massacre. Take, and as I was saying, like if bishop moves anywhere, let's just say here.
Check.
One simple idea is this. And if king d7 or something, take on f6, his bishop's attacked, or his rook is attacked. I'm threatening queen takes f7. This is like a sacrifice that can happen in the bishop g5 Najdorf, but on steroids for white. Like black has no defensive resources to speak of. Yeah, I think after knight d5, it's very tough for him. So I just swapped, and I was just trying to make it difficult for him to castle, because he needs to commit his king somewhere. And I didn't want him to be able to castle easily on one side of the board or another. So with rook hf1, we observe the f7 pawn. If he wants to castle queenside, he's got to pay a price. And kingside, in this type of position, I mean, this looks almost suicidal. I just assumed I would have something here. Like rook lifts make a lot of sense, coming to g3 or h3. I see the engine likes a little bishop maneuver to go attack h7. Yeah, he's in big trouble. I like this maneuver that I was able to carry out. The bishop coming to h5. And I guess here he had to suck it up and castle. Not an easy move to play. Yeah, now rook takes f7 is decisive. All right. So, got to win with the open Sicilian from the white side. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please leave me any feedback in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.